I've been using M1 Finance for over a year now, and I absolutely love them as a company and as an investing platform. They have truly revolutionized a lot of the different things that they are working with. It's been really great for me to use, both because the app is so easy and because of how they focus on longer term investing. So it is set up in a way that focuses you into that type of investing, which is something I personally have needed. In this video, I'm going to share a little bit about M1 Finance and go over the pros and cons and share my experience using the app over the past year. So M1 Finance started as an investing platform, but they have become a lot more than just that. Their new tagline is now M1 Finance, the finance super app. You can invest, borrow, and spend your money in one easy to use platform. They've added new features and they even have some more coming up, like an upcoming credit card. Their goal is to have all of your financial stuff in one place so that you can do everything you need in one simple app, which is something that a ton of different companies have tried to do, but I feel like they're doing it in a really interesting and unique way. Plus, because their investing platform is so useful, it really reduces the friction for me personally as a customer, which I love. M1 Finance blends the best of financial technology, and they provide personalization and automation that help you make your own moves with your money very easily. It's designed for long-term investors, and they've been focused on those long-term investors since the beginning. They're very clear that this is not an app for day traders. M1 Finance is regulated and it is safe to use. Your investments are covered. They are covered under the Securities Investor Protection Corporation in case of a firm's insolvency or misconduct. I will also leave the link down below to FINRA's broker check, so you can check them out on that. That is just a regulating body for financial institutions. So you can just rest assured that they are regulated. They have been checked out by all of these bodies, and it is a safe platform to use. Currently, there are multiple sections of M1 Finance, and there are probably more coming soon. I'm gonna mainly talk about the features that I've used over the past year, which are the investing side and the spend side, which is a checking account within the app. So they do also have a borrow section where you can borrow money from M1 Finance against your portfolio. I have looked at that and the rates are really awesome, but I haven't needed to use it and I'm not sure that I will. So I can't really speak to that, as well as using the investing side and the spend side. M1 Invest is the investment portion of M1. It's designed for self-directed investors who want to make their own investment decisions. It has really easy to use tools that let you develop your own strategy and then take advantage of all of the automation that M1 has built into the platform. You can build your own custom portfolio or choose from an expert design portfolio to get started, and then add and adjust to your portfolios as you need if you change your investing goals. With M1 Invest, you can purchase fractional shares of stocks and ETFs. This is one of the best features of the app, and it makes it really ideal for new investors if you're only investing a small amount. With the invest side, you can invest $10 at once. It is a minimum of $10. $10 is still low enough that you can probably all afford it, and that makes it really accessible for people that don't have high incomes. I love that low minimum of $10 at a time to make investing really accessible for new people. The minimum to start an investment brokerage account at M1 Invest is $100. And after that, you can invest $10 at a time, and that makes it really accessible for anyone that is new or doesn't have a lot of money to start. For a Roth IRA on M1 Finance, I believe you have to have $500, and that is a little bit higher, but it's still lower than a lot of other brokerages that sometimes have higher amounts to start. In addition to the low minimums and great fractional shares functionality of M1 Finance, the automation built into the pies function keeps your portfolio on track and up to date so that your desired allocation is kept by the dynamic rebalancing. You set it once and then they take care of the rest. This is really nice for a lot of people because I found talking to people that most people don't want to be looking at their investments all the time. They want to put money aside and to have it grow and to have it be doing what it needs to be, but without constantly looking at it and constantly moving money around. The amount of people that want to be day traders is a lot smaller than the amount of people that want to just have a safe, secure place to put money so that is working really hard for them, but they don't have to worry about it. So I think that M1 Finance has kind of taken this into consideration and built their tools with that in mind, which is one of the reasons why I like it. And I don't have to look at it all the time to make sure things are kind of staying in check and working out right. So having tools like auto invest and the rebalancing, it makes it really, really useful for someone that's wanting to do the right thing but not wanting to check it all the time. Also, I personally found that having it not built for day traders is really, really useful because you're not tempted to make those quick FOMO moves by investing in something, some hot stock that's popping off with all of the money flooding in and then ending up losing money. I found with Robinhood, even I, who feel super disciplined and know what I'm doing with investing, I even found myself over there kind of making dumb moves just because of the FOMO and like the addictiveness of the app with the confetti and all these exciting things. I found myself making moves that I otherwise wouldn't because of how the app was set up. And M1 Finance doesn't do anything like this. They aren't rewarding you for those quick moves. There actually is not the ability to do quick moves because they only have one investing trading like window in the morning, and then if you have M1 Plus, one in the evening, one in the afternoon. So there's no real chance for you to do quick things and to make dumb decisions, which I've found really useful personally, and I think that honestly it's probably a good thing for most people. So with the spend side of M1 Finance, the spend side is a 1% APY checking account, and this checking account is inside M1 Finance. It allows you to earn multiple times the national average for a checking account. The checking account comes with a debit card and you can use it anywhere a Visa is accepted. You can also send checks when needed, and they can send physical checks without you ever having a PIN or writing out the check personally. The M1 Spend account allows you to transfer money and direct deposit into M1 Finance, which is really useful if you want to have a direct deposit into the same place where you have your investments, so that way you can easily move money over to the investments. So next I want to talk about M1 Plus because that is something I mentioned. That is how you get the good rate on the M1 Spend side, and it's also how you get that second trading window with the M1 Invest side. So let's look at some of the details of the M1 Plus and if I think it's worth it or not. So M1 Plus is the paid version of an M1 Finance account, and it gives you some extra benefits. It's currently $125 per year, but the first year is free. So the M1 Plus Invest benefits are 0% trading commissions, an AM and a PM trade window, smart transfers, and you have the option to do custodial accounts, which you don't have in a regular M1 Finance account. Then on the M1 Plus borrow side, you get a 2% rate for your borrowing, and you only have to have a $5,000 minimum balance to borrow money against your M1 Invest account. Then on the spend side, you get that highest rate possible. You also get 1% cash back with your debit card. You get 4 monthly ATM fees reimbursed, and then all international fees reimbursed. And then you also have the ability to get multiple different debit card designs, and now you have the ability to send checks. So those are the benefits that you get if you have upgraded to M1 Plus. It is $125 a year, so deciding if that's worth it is really up to whether or not you will take advantage of those benefits or not. Personally, I am still using M1 Plus because I did get that first year free. I have not actually decided yet if I'm going to renew that or not. I'm still trying to decide if I feel like it's worth it. I'm probably gonna sit down soon and run the actual numbers to see if I feel like it's worth it or not. But for now, I have not decided, and I am taking advantage of the first year for free, and I think there's nothing wrong with doing that first year for free because you won't know if those benefits are going to be worth $125 for you until you actually use them and find out. So let's talk about some of the pros that I think M1 Finance has. I think that M1 Finance has a lot of really great features, and here are some of the things that they do really well. They have free investing with no fees. They have a lot of customization options. Their automation for set it and forget it investing is really amazing. You can buy fractional shares in M1 Finance. They have dedicated dividend dashboard reporting. They have this really intuitive pie interface that makes it really easy to see things and visualize it. The rates are great on borrowing and on their checking. They have really good research tools and info built into the app and website. And their customer service is really great, and they have great solutions. I have contacted their customer service on multiple occasions. I always like to make sure I contact customer service with the company at least once before I do a review on them. And I actually had to contact M1 Finance a couple times because I opened a SEP IRA with them, and then I realized I couldn't because I already had a SEP IRA with another company, and then I had another mistake that every mistake I made I figured out and then they fixed for me. And they did it really quickly and without with being really nice about it. So it was like, oh, okay, here, little dum-dum, here, we'll fix your mistake for you. So I was really glad to have very positive experiences with their customer service. And based on all of the tools and good customer service, I find that a winning combination. So those are some of the reasons why I personally have really liked M1 Finance. So some of the downsides, however, let's talk about those. Downsides, their customer support can be slow at times. The first time I contacted them, it was super fast and amazing and really quick. Second time, it was great customer service, but they were a little bit slower because I think it was right at when they were having a promotion and they were just, I think, slammed with everything going on. So it depends on the timing of when you need help, but they can be kind of slow. And then cons, depending on kind of what you're using it for, there are no advanced order options, there's no crypto, there's no options, and there's no Forex. And then if you don't have M1 Plus, they only have one trading window per day. So a lot of those cons really just depend on what you're trying to use the app for. If you're trying to use a financial institution and investing app to day trade, M1 Finance is going to be just horrible for you. So those are a lot of the cons are for what you're using it for. So that really makes a difference on whether or not you're going to love M1 Finance or you're going to hate it. Another downside that I found that I didn't have on the list before I started writing out this video is that some of the functions that maybe are easy on other apps aren't as easy on M1 Finance. So to figure out how to buy a specific stock, for example, if you don't want to buy your whole pie, that took a little bit more work than just kind of going to the stock and being like, oh, buy. It was a little bit more complicated than I thought it needed to be. Their interface is very intuitive and easy to use, but certain things can feel a little more complicated than they need to be. So obviously my pros list is bigger than my cons list, and I have had a really good year using M1 Finance. I'm going to continue using it. I will be using it for the long term as my individual brokerage account. I don't have immediate plans to focus on any other app. I do use other investing platforms, mostly just to test them out and to offer my opinion on them for others, because I know a lot of people ask me about that, and I love trying out new apps and new platforms and new software. So I am using those for that reason, but for my main investing, I'm probably gonna stick with M1 Finance just because it's pretty, it's easy to use, it kind of caters to what I'm trying to do with long-term investing. It also helps me rein in my bad habits like FOMO investing and clicking too quickly and making a bad choice. So I am gonna stick with it for those reasons. I also like M1 Finance because they are very good about giving things to people when they sign up. So they have referral bonuses. Then they also have a lot of other promotions. So if you are rolling over 401k into an IRA at M1 Finance, they have like a long list of bonuses that you get depending on how much you're rolling over. So they're really good about like giving people money for using the platform and rewarding people for choosing M1 Finance, which I like. I think all of these companies are fighting for business, and they should be giving people referrals and bonuses to sign up because they are benefiting so much. And if they're going to benefit that much, I think they should be rewarding people. And M1 Finance has been really great about that. They don't make a ton of hoops to jump through to get that. You mainly just have to use someone's referral link. So I will leave a link down below if you want to use that or find someone else's, but you just have to click through a link, and they make it really easy. They don't make it so you have to buy 4 stocks and do a wheel of fortune and things. I've seen some other apps do some crazy things, and I'm really glad that M1 Finance doesn't do that. So all in all, my review is very positive. There are some downsides, and probably some downsides that I don't even know about because I have not used the borrow function, and I haven't used their credit card yet. It's not out yet. I'm on the wait list for that, but I haven't used it yet. So there's a couple things I can't speak to for the all-in-one aspect of M1 Finance, but for the investing side, I am super fan, love it so much, and I think it is great. I love that the founder of M1 Finance had this like vision that everyone's money should be working harder for them, and that has driven what they've done, and that has driven the way that they've focused on long-term investing and long-term investors and making money work for people without them having to focus on it so much and to look at their accounts all the time and to be super, super detailed. So I think they've really taken that idea and made this amazing free app where you can invest for free, you can do all of these amazing things, and it's really powerful and something that I am proud to like use and also share with other people. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it and I think that they're awesome. I hope to continue that great relationship, and if I ever change, I'll let you know, but for now, I'm very happy with M1 Finance. I hope this review was helpful and you found it beneficial. If you have any questions about M1 Finance, please leave them down below and I will either answer them or I will contact their customer support and get an answer for you. If you want to sign up for M1 Finance, I will have a link down below for you to do that, or I will have a video linked up above so you can watch someone sign up for M1 Finance and learn all about how to set up your account and everything that you need to do to get started. Definitely check that out if you are new and want to learn more about M1 Finance.